Good morning. So I'm in Istanbul now. I'm trying to be really quiet because this hostel, like, I don't want to disturb anybody. But I'll explain a bit more later about why I'm here and what I'm going to do. But just about to leave to go and explore the city. So yeah, let's go. I'd taken a very early morning flight from Yerevan to Istanbul 2 days earlier, and I was so tired that I took a while to recover before I was ready to explore. The hostel I stayed in was amazing. It was an old hammam or Turkish bathhouse, and it's more than 500 years old. But I was very afraid of disturbing others, which is why I might seem a little bit quiet in these Istanbul videos. For my first stop of the day, I really wanted to explore the Egyptian spice bazaar, a vibrant place with all kinds of spices, sweets, tea and Turkish delight for sale. After the bazaar, I headed into the famous Sultan Ahmet district to do some more sightseeing. This area houses two of the most famous mosques in the country, opposite one another: the Hagia Sophia, a former Byzantine church, and the Sultan Ahmet Mosque, or Blue Mosque as it's known. I decided not to go into the Hagia Sophia as there was an entrance fee and a really big queue, so I decided to head towards the Blue Mosque instead. So I just arrived at the Blue Mosque. Last time I came here a few years ago, it was under renovation, so couldn't see any of the tiles. The Blue Mosque was built between 1609 and 1617, and it's one of the most iconic examples of an Ottoman-era mosque. I've been here twice before, once when I was about 7 years old and again in 2019, but as I already mentioned, it was undergoing some extensive renovations and the interior was almost entirely covered up. As you can see, the interior is incredibly beautiful and decorated with thousands of tiles with different patterns. It was amazing to see it again after all these years, and it's just as beautiful as I remember. That was so hectic. I'm gonna find somewhere to sit for a while. Just outside the Blue Mosque is the famous square called Sultan Ahmet Meydan. It houses a few ancient monuments, including this 10th century obelisk called the Column of Constantine Porphyrogenitus. Just opposite is the Serpent Column, an ancient Greek bronze column made to commemorate a historic battle when the Greeks defeated the Persian army in 479 BC. The third monument in this square is the Obelisk of Theodosius, an Egyptian column with hieroglyphs dating back to around 1400 BC. It was absolutely fascinating to see so many historic sites in one place, giving Istanbul the feel of an open-air museum. I decided to jump on one of the city's really convenient trams to get to my next stop, as there was another really iconic Istanbul landmark that I wanted to see. This is Galata Tower. It was originally built in 1348 and was formerly a fire watchtower due to its strategic position on top of a hill and height of 205 feet. It provided a view over a large area. These days it's open as a museum and view deck, which you can enter for a whopping €30. Needless to say, I passed that one by, but I enjoyed the view from below instead. Everything everywhere's super busy and hectic, so I think I'm gonna go find a park to chill in for a while. Maybe some lunch as well. Well, I found this nice little park. I think there's quite a few little bits to see here. But first of all, I'm gonna just quickly grab something to eat. I think there's some little stools over there. This is simit, a typical Turkish sesame bread, a bit like a bagel. You can find these sold by vendors with carts all over the city, and you can get different fillings too, such as Nutella or cheese. I was quite intrigued to find this 19th century cistern inside the park. There are several other cisterns you can visit in Istanbul, but they come with quite a big price tag to enter. This one was free entry, and it also had an art exhibition inside. Quite a cool thing just to have a free entry in here. Some interesting sculptures. Yeah, it's a nice park. I think there's a few different historic bits in it as well, which is cool. Like this bit, I'm not sure what it is, but maybe there's a sign. Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. The last monument to see in this park is the Column of the Goths, and I was a little bit disappointed when Marilyn Manson didn't make an appearance, but it's still a really interesting structure considering that it's from the Byzantine era and it's still standing here today. After all that walking around, I really needed a coffee, and I thought it was a really good opportunity to try and find a proper Turkish coffee.
Merhaba. Coffee?
Turkish coffee, Nescafe.
Turkish coffee, one.
Turkish coffee, sugar.
Small.
Small, okay.
Okay, thank you. I sit here.
The coffee came with a little chocolate and some water, and it was actually very nice. Then it was time to pick up some dinner. I wanted to try something very traditionally Turkish, so I decided to go for a çiğ kofta, a vegetarian kofta made from bulgur, onions, pepper, tomato and various seasonings. This is a really popular fast food in Turkey, and you can find çiğ kofta stalls almost on every street corner. Okay, I just got some food, let me show you what I got. All this for like £3. So this is çiğ kofta. I think back in the day they used to make it out of like raw meat, but obviously that's not so good. These days it's vegetarian. So I got that. Some salad stuff. Some lavash bread. These sauces as well. This is Iran's like a yogurt drink. Yeah, it's so good. Let's give this a go. It's kind of hard because I've got no like plate or anything. It's not great, but to improvise sometimes. It's a little bit spicy, but it's good. Good morning, so it's the next day now. I think today I'm going to check out another local bazaar because I really need to get a new pair of shoes. So I'm just going to have a coffee. I'm just at the hostel at the moment with my cat friend. There's so many cats here, I love it. Anyway, I'll just make a coffee and then we'll get going. We also have fish. This one's like 8 years old. Okay, well I was going to go, but it's just started raining, so perhaps wait a bit. Damn. I was not expecting that. Istanbul has many local street markets that open on specific days of the week. This was the Wednesday bazaar in the Fundukzade area. It's a very busy place, but also a great place to experience local life. Bazaar was interesting. I didn't get any trainers though, and it was so busy, but hopefully we're heading to somewhere a bit more peaceful now. I think there's like a really cool monastery near here, so I'm just trying to find it now. Finding Google Maps a little bit difficult at the moment. It keeps moving around and saying I'm going the right way when I'm actually not, so we'll see. This is the monastery of the Mother of God at the Spring. It's a Greek Orthodox monastery with a sacred spring inside. Unfortunately, I wasn't allowed to film, so I'll have to add some photos from our trusty friend Google. I was shown around by a really friendly guy who showed me the spring that's said to have healing properties, and he even gave me 2 bottles of the water to drink. So hopefully I was suitably purified afterwards. Then I was shown the church, which was absolutely stunning. It was built in 1835, although the rest of the monastery dates back 1400 years. It's such a shame I wasn't able to film in there because it was so beautiful. Anyway, I've literally just come like 5 minutes down the road to a medicinal plant garden. Now obviously that's like exactly my sort of place, so let's check it out. Now this is a proper like botanical garden with all the labels and everything. Oh, and a cat. Hello. A Chinese box thorn, but apparently it's out of season now. I'd love to learn more about plant medicine, but I just don't know where to start. This place is like jam-packed though. Even some little places to sit. It looks like there's a pond as well. Oh my god, it's the turtle. Tortoise. Looks like there's a greenhouse. This is awesome. It's like a mini version of the Yerevan one. It's completely free entry though. And I think there's some animals outside. Oh my god, it's peacocks. Geese as well. What an awesome little place, like all for free as well. If I lived near something like this, I'd be here all the time. So cool. Yeah, one of my favourite things I've done so far, I think. Anyway, I think it's time for me to try and find some food, so let's go do that. I ended up going back to the area where I was staying because I knew there were lots of little cafes and food stalls around and I would hopefully find something local to try. I decided to go for a balık ekmek, or a wrap with grilled fish, that you can find all over Istanbul. It's fresh, cheap and very delicious. Okay, well today I've got a fish wrap. I think it's a pretty typical thing to get, quite affordable. Got some like herbs on the outside. I think it's like mackerel. It's got some salad in as well. I actually totally forgot to record an outro last night, so I'll say goodbye now. But I hope you've enjoyed this first little look at Istanbul, and I'll see you in the next one.